Quincy Patterson now will throw in from the right hand side as Villa attack. And it is laid down. George Wells, he's lining himself up on goal. He takes a strike and he gets a place and it's in!
What a beautiful shot there from George Wells.
And it is in, George Wells, you beauty. What a strike that was. It throw from Quincy Patterson, finds its way across to the middle of the park. George Wells is 22 yards out.
For 12 years, a non-league football team, Hanworth Villa, laboured in the Combined Counties Football League, the 9th tier in England. Then came the 2021-22 season. My name is Ervin Ang, and today, join me as I take you back to Hanworth Villa's historic unbeaten season, where they achieved promotion to the 8th tier for the first time in their history. So what did an achievement of this scale mean to the club? Long-time Villa fan Graham Bacon tells us more.
Simon changed this club around. He took over from Rufus, and then as a fan we've watched this team come up from nothing, and it was like a massive achievement for a little club like here, Hanworth Villa. A lot of us used to play for Hanworth Villa when it was Hanworth Villa back in the day, in the late 80s, early 90s. Macca was one of them, Gary Brunning, David Brown. Them people were the backbone of this club. Yeah, thank you for making this club, put this club on the map. Yeah, the Invincibles season was brilliant for us, wasn't it, Macca?
Yes.
Just 2 seasons before, Villa were on the brink of relegation. In November 2019, they parted ways with then manager Louis Carter Walcott. Louis was replaced by current manager Simon Hoffney, who also brought in assistant Paul Thomas. Simon and Paul led Villa to safety that season before the following season was curtailed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Heading into his first full season with the club, Simon had already begun assembling a squad of trusted players.
That season I just felt everything went our way. There was players that I knew personally that dropped a couple of levels to play for us because they were sick and tired of travelling around the country. So all come together in the summer. So all the recruitment went really well. We got all our targets in. So we did feel confident we'd have a good season.
One of the players brought in by Simon was midfielder Theo Crawford, who joined from Guildford City.
Me as a player coming from Guildford, I was captain of Guildford, so I didn't know what to expect. You hear the stories about some players. I know Jim Fenlon played for Wimbledon back in the day.
Okay.
Of course, you got Paul Merson's son, Sam Merson, Ben Merson. There was a few players that you would have heard about before you came to the club. So you just look forward to training with him. And then when training, actually, my first training session, I vomited. I was sick because we worked so hard. So that at that point, I knew we was in for something special, I think. We knew anyone in the league, we could beat them. So we'd seen, obviously, results elsewhere. And one thing about us in other years is that we always play good against the better teams. But when we play the lower teams, we lower our level. That year, we didn't care about anyone else. We played Hanworth Villa football. So we knew that our football was effective. We knew that if we played our style of football, we would create loads of chances. So we always had confidence. And yeah, we all had winning mentality.
It was a really together changing room. We had really good characters in there. Everyone got on really well, but it was an honest change room as well. So we've performances dipped, people were telling each other, and that's how it's got to be, you've got to be ruthless. So everyone in terms of training and, turning up on time. If you wasn't 15 minutes early, you were late that year.
But Hanworth Villa's start to the season was far from impressive. After an FA Cup defeat to Loxwood, Villa drew their opening 2 league fixtures.
The first FA Cup, I remember it, I think we lost 3-1 or 4-1 against the side that I thought we should have beat. We had lots of injuries that year in pre-season. So the squad or team was nowhere near what we expected for those opening games. I think the first league game we had was Burnham. They missed a penalty. That was 0-0. And if I remember correctly, I think we might have been 3-1 down against Edgware and scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. And after that, it sort of clicked.
A major turning point came during October's clash away to rivals Spelthorne Sports.
we actually realised that we hadn't lost. We came close to losing, but we hadn't lost. And we'd come back. I think there was a game we was losing, and it was really late, and we scored an equaliser really late, and then we scored a winner, even into stoppage time. So I think we always knew that we could always create a chance, no matter what time of the game it is, and we can score. We can score at any time. So I think it was just actually sinking in that we hadn't lost, and we can continue this on.
Dan Lewis, who played for Spelton that day, recounts the game.
That day was a rainy day. I think it was 50-50 whether the game was going to be on or off. I think there was a pitch inspection before. Pitch was soggy, poor, wet, cold. It was like a game of basketball, really, up at each other's ends. You know, because Hanworth and Spelthorne is a derby day, really, so the tensions were high. We knew it was going to be a battle. Hanworth always a tough team to play against. So they're always difficult to play against. They're so set up. They're very structured. Everyone fights for each other. They all battle hard for each other, and they all hold each other accountable as well.
After 89 minutes, Villa held a 2-1 lead with just minutes to go before full time. Spelton equalised on the 90th minute before Dan gave them the lead 2 minutes later.
But yeah, when we went 3-2 up, I just you know, you go crazy when you score a 90th minute goal, when you think it's the winner, and you do anything. And maybe I was a bit naive to celebrate in front of the bench, but you know, I didn't know they were going to be invincible, and I didn't know they were that strong of a side. I thought they were good, but I didn't know that strong a side to cut the other end and beat us. So fair play to them.
Substitute Ben Merson equalised straight from kickoff before Sam Merson scored a late 94th minute winner.
On the kick up front, trying to find Sam Merson, who wins it and gets the head down, and Merson has a shot, and it is a goal on 4 minutes. What a bit of play that was.
What a lovely move.
What a fantastic bit of play that was.
That's one to see on the highlights later.
Sam, who went on to score 33 league goals, was a standout player that season.
Oh yeah, the celebrations was just a lot of relief, because you think you've lost it, and then you think, oh, you've got a draw, and then 2 minutes later you're winning it, and they actually had a chance at the end to win. So it was a bit of relief when the full-time whistle went. Winning, and he just got used to it, and we'd never give up. Like, we'd score late goals to draw, couple to win, and we just had enough players that got us over the line, and we just had that real togetherness, and it shone through on the league, yeah.
While Villa played out a goalless draw with Wokingham and Embrook later in October, it was the last time they would drop points until April. By that time, the title was already wrapped up. They went on a 21-game winning run, which included a 1-0 win over promotion rivals Southall in March. Villa were officially crowned champions that day with 4 games to spare.
Southall were a top team that year, so we was like, if we can get through them, and there's a couple of hard teams, but once we got through Southall near the end of the season, it was like the promotion was wrapped up, the league was wrapped up. Now it's focused on not losing a game. We would never really speak about that throughout the season. It was just win, draw, win, and then just like, at the end of the season, it was like, now the league's wrapped up, let's not lose a game, and we ended up not. So yeah.
In typical Villa fashion that season, they scored the winning goal in the 4th minute of stoppage time. Theo Crawford will never forget that historic day.
It was unreal. Fans stormed the pitch. I think we ran around the pitch twice celebrating the goal. And again, it was last minute. We was drawing, and I think it was Jordan Ellis scored the winner. It was just something else. You don't really get that feeling. I still watch the footage of the last goal. Yeah, I still watch it. And I still watch even the celebrations that we had after the game, because we got our medals on the day. I hold it dear, because I just had my son then, so my mum, my son and partner came to watch. So yeah, it was really, really important for me. So when I'm getting to an age and I'm thinking, oh, you can't really do it anymore, and then we win the Invincibles, it was really, really special.
Villa's winning run was eventually halted by Ascot United, who held them to a 1-1 draw in April. But it did not matter, as Villa finished the season with a 6-0 win over St. Panteleimon. 94 points, 30 wins and only 4 draws. Assistant manager Paul Thomas reflects.
People think you go to season unbeaten, and as if you've just been unbelievable all season. And there was a lot of games at half time when we, with goals down or not playing particularly well, Spelful being one. Another one that you get out of jail. So, we talk about an invincible season, but there was many games when, it could have gone the other way. Obviously, you're never looking at going unbeaten. It's just on the day. So you're looking to change things. What can you do to affect it? I remember another game away at Abbey Rangers. We were 1-0 down at half time and you should have been 3 or 4. You go with your gut. You're looking at it. Make a couple of changes. I think we won out 3-1 in the end, and it was a real good second half performance. But the season was like that. It wasn't, you look back at it, you didn't go and dominate 34 games, unfortunately. I look back on it with a lot of pride.
But Simon always found the best way to motivate his players.
I did. I lied to the players. I said that if they won the Invincibles, they would have a gold trophy. It was the first year they were ever going to AFC Wimbledon, I think, completed defeat 25 years ago. I think Farnham did it last year as well, so it's been done a couple of times now. But at the time, I told them it would be gold-plated and a special cup. I was lying, Ervin. I just wanted anything to tell them. So, yeah, they got a silver one at the end like every year. But, yeah, I did tell a punky or two.
In the end, it did not matter. Only a handful of players still play for the club today, but they are proud of what they accomplished.
We won more games than Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I think we won a lot more games. I mean, I think we only drew 4 games in the end or scored a stupid amount of goals, hardly let in any. We were just a good together group and got the results we needed. We'd always stay in touch. Like I'd always drop the old players a message, or a couple of them come up here. Like you'd always remember them because we achieved something together that was a good achievement. I've got the shirt that we wore, so I just kept the kit that we had, and I think we had the training kit made with like all our names on, so I've kept that. So yeah, and the medal of course. Yeah.
The names of the players are memorialized inside the club's bar. A huge picture framed up on the wall shows the Invincibles team posing with their silver trophy. It stands as a poignant reminder of what the club achieved that season.
Just a fantastic season, and I think, I know Farnham had done it, but I don't think it'll be done again for a while. I think to go unbeaten for that long, it's a mixture of luck, desire, grit and winning mentality. And like I said, there was lots of times, penalty at Burnham, lots of times we were 1-0 down at half time and managed to turn it around. So a never say die attitude, and that will live with me forever.
And that very nicely sums up Villa's team of record breakers. Regardless what happens in the future, no one can take away what Villa accomplished in the 21-22 season. It will forever be a milestone they can all look back on in pride. After all, not every team can call themselves the Invincibles.